The point of this exercise for me was to try to give a more realistic image of what Hong Kong is in terms of its geographical features.
Thanks very much, DJ.
So come in.
It's exciting to be over here.
And let me just grab your copy.
Yep.
So you know you're
Sounds
talking
like
about
a very
shrink
good
wrap.
idea. Yep.
My name's DJ Clark. I'm the photographer on the Hong Kong 180 project. I've been working on this for probably 2 years or so. There are some photographs in there that are older than that. But it was my meeting with Magnus Bartlett about a year ago when I showed him some of these images that he persuaded me to go ahead and push for a wider project, which is what this is. And I was very lucky that my editor-in-chief at China Daily was very keen on it and wanted to push forward to realize the project. So we do now have a book, an exhibition, as well as print sales and NFT sales, and a virtual exhibition as well as the project is being launched.
My name's Magnus Bartlett. I've been in Hong Kong off and on since 1974, so I'm coming up for 50 years in China, and it's been a very exciting time to be here.
For me, the idea of this project originally was to show a different geography of Hong Kong as to what is generally imagined from people outside. There are people obviously that live here that know what this region will offer in terms of the amazing mountains, the islands, as well of course as the fantastic cityscapes. Now outside of Hong Kong, and indeed for many people who live in Hong Kong, they still see only the urban areas. They know that magnificent view from Victoria Harbour that of course is included in the book, but they don't necessarily know about all the other views.
Now let me think, we're down now towards Green Island, I guess.
Kennedy Town.
Kennedy Town, round the corner.
Swimming pool.
Yes, Green Island being here somewhere.
Yeah.
Or there. So I started doing aerial photography in Hong Kong in about 1978. And in those days, we flew from fixed-wing aircraft, which was very difficult because you're moving at a constant speed above the ground or you stall. So snapping through the windows at 150 miles an hour and getting sharp images was quite difficult. But by the early 80s, we were shooting from helicopters. And of course, what you guys are doing today is shooting from drones, which, as we've just been discussing, is a much more stable platform than a helicopter.
So technically this was something that also was very fortuitous in that as the project developed, it became easier and easier to create these panoramas. Some of these panoramas are shot from helicopters, some are shot using drones. But the drone in particular was a massive advantage because we were able to stitch together 21 photographs to create these very high definition panoramas, which was very difficult to do from a platform up in the sky prior to this. Some of the pictures we've done through stitching from high locations. Some we've done with stitching from helicopters, but primarily a lot of them were done with this new technology that was only recently being developed.
Over the many years that I've been shooting, we produced 10 books on Hong Kong from the air, and this is the first serious competition that I've seen to that. So it set a very high news standard, set a higher bar for those of us who planning to do new aerial books in the future.
The project consists of 100 photographs as it stands. There are actually more than that in the final collection. There's about 167, I think, pictures in the full collection that has been achieved now. Those 100 pictures are designed to give a full 360-degree scope of the region. So we take you on a journey around. Clearly not everywhere has been included in this, but we've tried to at least see something of every part of the region. My challenge for most people is if you live in Hong Kong, you should be able to see your apartment or your home in at least one of these photographs.
This is not just somebody going up with a drone. There are lots of drone photographs of Hong Kong, countless drone photographs all over the world. But this has a uniqueness of a discipline of somebody who knows what he's doing and has been doing it for many years. From beginning to end, almost all the pictures have a gem-like quality to them. That's something you can only do by spending hundreds of hours of being on standby as well as actually shooting. That's one of the things that's frustrating, is waiting to see if the weather's going to break later in the day. You know, you do something else in the meantime, but then suddenly at 4 o'clock, the sun bursts through, the wind blows away the pollution. Perfect moment. But you've really got to be on your toes all the time for that.
So the pictures are available as one-off NFTs. The first person to buy an NFT, you will receive a large 1.5 meter print with it. Also, prints are available if people are interested in getting in touch with us through sales@droneandphone.com.